Welcome to Yoga with Tara. Hi. Sorry, I'm a bit delayed today. I have to admit, we were away for a really lovely little weekend trip with some friends of our kids and their parents, and it was really lovely. And I think we really, it was, I guess, in this time of not really meeting up much, and it's just nice to interact and have the kids interact. And of course, we actually all did our PCR tests and we all have been vaccinated, all the adults. So, with all safety measures, but it was nice to interact, and it made me even surer than ever that I really hope physical school for all our children begins safely as soon as it is possible to safely do it. And yesterday, I co moderated a panel. About reopening schools and how and when that might be possible. Please do check it out. It's on the Teach for India Facebook page. And please send in any comments, anything you feel about this topic, because on the topic, we had a policymaker, we had an educationist, we had doctor, we had children, we had students, we had parents, and the general consensus was, if everything else is slowly opening up, why are schools last? When medically the facts, the science shows that child-to-child transmission is actually very low, and God forbid if kids get it, it's generally very, very mild, if at all. Touch. So, basically, I was just saying that most often, if I say, "Oh, I wish schools open safely soon," people say, "Oh, Taru, don't be silly. That's too dangerous." But why? So, I think time to really look at the facts, try and understand the actual science, arm ourselves with the right information. There's just so much information out there that sometimes I think all of us, there's fear, right? So, obviously, we're all going to stay on the side of being cautious, and obviously all of us, everyone, keeping ourselves, keeping everyone, keeping our children safe and fine forever, touch wood, is of course all our biggest priority. So no one would ever compromise that. But is sending them to physical school with very strict safety protocols and ways in which one could do it, is that really going to compromise their safety? Honestly, after doing this panel and having several discussions with experts about it, it seems to me that it's not. It's no more dangerous than, honestly, what we're all doing already, which is where people are going to work, people are going to the bank, people are going to a store, people are sometimes even going to restaurants, meeting some friends. So why is school the last thing to open? And this actually brought up a bigger point, not a bigger point, but a point where, the policy advisor on the panel was actually saying that, there's a very big problem where education is actually not prioritized. In many ways at a policy level, it's coming last in most, not just now, but it kind of throws up, is this something that has been intrinsic to our system, and is it something we really need to speak up about as parents and change? Because 16 months of our children learning from home, and of course, we are honestly the privileged few who have online access, have great schooling online, but this is not school. Social interaction is a huge part of school, and we need to get our children back to physical schools safely. So 90% of other countries are doing it. I know India is very different. I know, of course, we have to be mindful of the numbers, the vaccination rates, and all these things. And there are very specific guidelines as to when schools are able to open based on those safety measures. But as soon as that happens, we need to prioritize school. And frankly, if parents don't speak up about it, perhaps they think we're all okay with it. And the reality is, we've had students on those panels who are also from less privileged backgrounds who say that it's near impossible to learn anything from home. So we really need to get our kids back into school. It's just not fair to them. 16 months and counting, especially when every other country has managed to do it. And yes, it might be a stop-start system. Yes, it will be different than it was. It will be hybrid, perhaps, alternate days, smaller rooms, maybe sitting outdoors. But there are ways to do it if we really want to do it. Where there's a will, there's a way. Perhaps if at the policy level they give a go-ahead, then every school could perhaps make their own plans, chalk out their own safety protocols, and then keep it optional. Perhaps there will be people who will send our kids to school and it will be safe, touch wood. Maybe there'll be those who will be happier keeping them at home. So I think this might be optional, but we need to be given the choice. And I think we're really now at a point where 16 months into it, all our kids are fed up. and I think we need to address this. Okay, I'm not gonna go on because you know me, I can keep chit chatting. I'm not sure why. Again, I'm not seeing my chats. Kai, what did you do here so that I could see my comments? Because again on YouTube, I'm not able to see. I don't know what I've done. Maybe I've disabled something without realizing it. I don't know. Bless you. I don't know what I did. Bless you. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I don't know what happened. It's not my birth. Oh, okay. Hi, Vikram. Hi, Anup. Hi, Naveen. What did you do? I mean, what? Why is it not coming to chat? All the comments. It's
Where will
weird.
come?
Yeah, you did something
I
there
think
last
it.
time. Okay, guys, we'll get to the yoga
Yo.
because. Oh, thank you. Hi, Raghav. What did you do? Hi, Vicky. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I wasn't able to see the comments. So let's get started. Handmade shabby chick says some classes have 60 kids in a class. We have teachers, we have DDs, bhaiyas, bus drivers. Is education more important than life? Please understand it's not safe for kids. You know, handmade shabby chic. I No one would ever compromise the safety of our kids. I personally and all of us adore our kids more than anything in the universe, and we'll do everything to keep our kids safe and healthy. But the truth is that being in school is possible safely if we make the safety measures, and each school has plans that are feasible. We could have smaller classes. You know, I'm sure you guys are managing to do little play dates, maybe with all safety measures, managing to let your kids play a bit. So there is, personally, I've spoken now even to the headmaster of our children's school. They actually say working out a hybrid model which is completely safe is possible. It'll be school dependent, obviously. It'll be parent dependent. As I said, there will be parents who are comfortable to send, there'll be parents who are not comfortable to send. Yes, it will not be school as it was. Perhaps we won't be able to have, bus drivers who are coming from other places. Maybe we'll have to have systems where it's all in-house. Maybe there'll have to be systems where, at least to start with, where people are. I'm not quite sure how, but the fact is, it seems to me, because you see, India is a country with so much diversity. No two schools are the same, no two areas are the same, no two families are the same. So the reality is, what works for one may not work for another. But does that mean that we hold everyone back till everyone's able to do it? Because that's what's happening now. We keep referring to, the huge schools and the schools which have not gonna are going to find it very difficult to do, and then you see that because of that, the smaller schools are not able to also move forward. So my only point is that perhaps if we have very, very, very stringent safety protocols, and even, yesterday it was heartbreaking. One child on the panel, she said that she hasn't been able to learn anything online. All she would love is just once a week to meet with her teachers, even in a group of 5 or 10, and that's surely possible. So there are ways to do it. It's not like we're saying everyone get back to the way it was with 60 kids in a class and with all your didis and bhaiyas and all. No, we're saying, if at all, let's do it in a staggered, slow way. Maybe 10 kids, alternate days, outdoor class. There are ways to do it if we really all put our heads together and let the policy makers at least give a go ahead. So handmade shabby chic, I completely agree. Keeping our kids safe is the most important thing, touch wood. But there are ways for schools to open and keep our children safe. And that's what I think the media, the press, the policymakers need to reiterate. Every other country has managed to do it. They've had terrible waves. And yes, they've done start-stop methods. If kids in classes have got it, it's firstly been very, very mild, if at all. And this, I would urge you to consult your own doctors, because it's important to talk to people you personally trust, and you'll see that that is the reality. And then yes, the class might have to keep the kids at home for 10 days. That's okay, but surely that's better than another year or more of this online. And again, we are the few. Just the fact that we're chatting on an online device, we are the few who have this access. There is a huge majority of kids who don't have any digital options, and they're losing out on years of education. So let's, I mean, again, it's all individual, personal. Fear is very real, but arm yourself with the right information, and then, of course, do what works for you. Everyone is different, and that's why I've always said you cannot have one rule for all. With most things in life, you have to do what works for you, and I personally think it's really high time, 16 months into it, that the government prioritizes healthcare and then education in that order. And restaurants, bars, banks, everything else, I think, can come much later. That's my personal view. But again, each to their own. Hi, Vandana from Telangana. Hi. So, guys, should we get on to the yoga? Because you know me, I could just keep chatting if you want to chat. Hi, Budesh. Hi, official Hasham. Okay, so let's get going. And everybody onto the front of your mat. I'm going to do a bit of a shorter class today. I have to admit, after watching the World Cup pretty much, I mean, the Euro Cup and night before last, and being on a little trip with the kids, I'm quite exhausted, I have to say. It was great fun. Stretch, 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 and down. Super. And again, stretch, 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 and down. Also, to answer your questions about didis and bhaiyas and everyone, the fact is everyone who's around school children should definitely be double vaccinated. That's an absolute prerequisite. And they do say that if at all kids get it, they're only getting it from the adults who are close to them. So the parents, the didis, all of them, 100%, the teachers should be priority in terms of vaccination. And after that, I think one just has to jump in. This is my personal view. Otherwise, this country is not going to have schools open if everyone just allows fear to be their main deciding factor. I think we need to figure a way to do it safely. Superb, guys. Now on to your right. Excellent. Feel the stretch in your side obliques and hold. It's pouring here in Bombay, in Mumbai. What's the weather like where you are? And release. Our kids actually, our older kid goes back to online school tomorrow. And I have to admit, there's no excitement compared to the real thing, physical school. Of course, we all try and stay optimistic and make the best of it. But second year of this, and it's really high time we find a way to open schools safely. Prioritize schools above restaurants and bars and nightclubs and the economy. That's my view. The long-term impact of not having schools open is going to be far greater than the short-term benefits of opening all these things first. Other countries did schools first and then opened all these other things because their basic logic was, if kids are not safely in school, parents can't work. In India, we all tend to think there's always people at home to look after kids. But the fact is, I do think at a policy level, we really need to change priorities. That's my view, but each to their own. Okay, guys, now let's put our right leg in front, left leg back, and gently bounce. Super. Just 30 little bounces. But do check out that panel discussion. It's on the Teach for India Facebook page. And in your own way, maybe you can talk to the people around you, your own school, see how and what they could do, maybe policy makers if you know them. Because this is really a big problem for our country. Every other country has their children safely back in school. I use the word safely as the main point. Superb stretch. Superb. Other side, gently bounce. And yes, to start with, if you don't call all the didis and bhaiyas and everybody else, that's also fine. You start in a small way. Yes, of course, they should be paid as they have been. But maybe you start with only just one teacher, 10 kids. I don't know. There are ways to do it. That's all I'm saying. We have to reimagine education. We have to reimagine how it was. It doesn't have to go back to how it was. It probably never will. It will always be now something a bit different. But it has to happen. Physical school for our kids. So, and the other side. Oh, we did that. Sorry. Okay, now we're going to do just 3 Utkat Asana. Legs apart. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Paki Raju, if you're watching, I'm so sorry we missed Saturday Noon Live with Tara. We didn't miss it. We were on a road trip, as I said, so I couldn't do it properly, but it was so sweet of you to say that you missed it. Shikudach and karate, as you know, I used to learn, my dad used to learn, and our kids used to learn too. Excellent. Super. Now we're going to do the 7 stretches. Excellent, everyone. So let's clasp our hands behind our back like that. Legs apart. Gently bend down. Try and touch your nose tip or your chin with the floor. Hold your toes, head between your legs. Palms between your legs and stretch into as much of a stretch as possible. Excellent. Smile. Smiling always helps keep the optimism high. Turn on your right. Stretch it out. Turn on your left. Stretch it out. And into the center. We're going to get into a stick just off the ground. Fabulous. And cobra. Excellent. Mountain. And release. Super. Fabulous. Excellent, guys. Now take a sip of water. Fabulous. Sip of water. Gujarati में बोलो. इक्की से. Gujarati. I don't speak full Gujarati. I can understand a little bit, but I'm so sorry. I can't do it all in Gujarati. Game show. Madama. Hi Abad. Hi Budesh. Hi everyone. Okay, sip of water. Fabulous. Now let's get back. We're going to do 3 normal Surya Namaskars followed by the variations. So where are we? Hi Ashish. Hi Dhaval. Hi Harish. Your son looks like a rock star. I'll tell him that. Thank you. I hope that's a compliment. I don't know. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to tie up my hair. Long straight hair. Being tied up. Super. Oopsie. Okay, there's a knot in the hair. Sometimes that happens. And let's get to our regular Surya Namaskars followed by variations. So 3 normal Surya Namaskars and then the variations. Stand at the front of your mat, everyone. And let's begin. Namaste Mudra. Breathe in. 1, 2, down. 3, right leg back and stretch out. 4, mountain, heels on the ground. Feel the stretch in your calves. Hold your breath. 5, bums up, chin and chest on the floor. Breathe in. 6, cobra. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Namaste. Next. 1, 2, 3. Heels on the ground. Feel the stretch in your calves. Hold your breath. Breathe in. Out. Right leg in front. Forward bending. Backward. Prayer pose. The second round. 1, 2. Right leg back. Mountain. Heels on the ground. Out. Left leg. Right leg. Breathe in. Namaste. Second part of the second Surya Namaskar. 1, 2. Left leg. Mountain. Hold your breath. Breathe in. Out. Right leg in front. Forward bend. Backward. Prayer pose. Now we're going to do the third Surya Namaskar. Namaste Mudra. 1, 2, 3. Stretch out. Stretch. Hold your breath. Bums up, chin and chest on the floor. Breathe in. Out. in, out, in, namaste. And the second part of the third Surya Namaskar, 1, 2, 3, up, hold, breathe out, in, out, in, namaste. Super. So that was 3 normal Surya Namaskars. Now we're going to do 5 variations. Sip of water, everyone. Excellent. Let's get going. For 5 normals. For 5 variations. We're going to start with a half moon pose. Breathe in, Namaste Mudra. 1, 2. Right leg back. Place your right knee on the ground and stretch back into a half moon and hold. Fabulous. Mountain. Right leg in front, left leg back. Stretch back and hold. Excellent. Forward bending. Backward. Breath. Second round, we're going to do the double angle pose. If you feel, don't push yourself. Do what's comfortable. 1, 2. Right leg back. Now clasp your hands behind your back, head to your toe and hold. Excellent. Other side. Right leg in front, hold and down. Forward bending. Backward. Prayer pose. Super. Third, we're going to do the Z pose. 1, 2, 3. Mountain. Now pull your knees towards your forehead, suck your tummy in and hold. Moon pose. Super. Striking cobra. Go into a mountain. And now we're going to do a lovely froggy jump. Manduk. Super. For the fourth round, we're going to do Parivarti Virasana 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2. Right leg back. Take your left hand and put it through and hold with your right hand. Look up. Parivarti Virasana 1. Now take your right hand out of your left foot and stretch. 2. And Parivarti 3. Left hand around your knee and look up. Super. Other side. Right leg in front. Right hand through and look up. Excellent. Left hand outside and look round. Excellent. Right hand around your knee and look up. Super. That's 4. Forward bending. Backward. Prayer pose. And for the 5th and final variation, we're going to do some balancing asanas and then some lying down asanas. So let's begin. 1, 2. Right leg back, up at the Chandra Asana. Bird pose, keep your leg up using the muscles in your lower back, T-shaped pose. Crane pose. Right leg in front. And Ardha Chandra Asana. Look up at your left fingertips. Superb. And into a T-shaped pose. If you stumble and fumble, don't worry, try again like anything in life. Forward bending, mountain, moon pose, striking cobra. And now you lie down in Supta Vajrasana. Between your legs, lie down and go. And now, once you feel comfortable, slowly release your legs. And we're going to do halasana, where you throw your legs over your head and breathe normally. Sarvanasana. Back to halasana. Gently release. Super. Now, when your breath is back to normal, let's go into a chakrasana or half moon pose or back bend. Excellent. Down. Superb. And now, let your breath come back to normal. Very gently raise your right leg up, drop it on the left, turn on your right, universal spinal twisting 1, and on the other side, universal spinal twisting, smile, up, turn on your left, and gently sit up. Super. Now, sit in any asana you're comfortable in. Could be Padmasana, Vajrasana, or just a cross-leg pose. And let's gently, however much I do yoga, however flexible I think I am, I cannot do Padmasana. So everyone's body can do different things. Gently close your eyes, and we're just going to do 30 Kapal Bhatti, where you breathe out forcefully through your nostrils. If you feel dizzy or uncomfortable, please stop. Let your breath come back to normal. When your breath is back to normal, we're going to take a deep breath in. And when we exhale, we're just going to say a loud ah sound. Just ah. So breathe in. Take a deep breath in, and when we exhale, we're just going to say a loud O sound, just an O. So breathe in. Now we're going to take a deep breath in. And when we exhale, we're going to keep our lips together and do a humming sound. Just a breathe in. Excellent. Now gently rub your palms together, and when your palms are nice and warm, we're going to place our warm palms on our eyelids. Gently open your eyes behind your palm. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining Yoga with Tara. always a pleasure. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a sip of water. Thanks for joining. And I'll see you on Thursday for Yoga with Tara. I don't know what I've done. I've done something to these, done something to my comments, and I just don't know what I've done. So, sorry, I don't know why I'm not able to see all the comments. So, thank you everyone who's joined, and see you on Thursday for Yoga with Tara. Tara, tara, tara. Bye, Harish. Bye, Dhaval. Bye, Ashish. Bye. Bye, Dhaval. Thanks. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra. Bye.